Welcome everyone to a John Mellencamp Just Classic song. There's a lot more to this than I really thought. There's even an open G guitar in this, but I didn't go into it to that extent. I did figure out the little lead kind of stuff that they do during the bridge, which is really some chord soloing. And very well executed. In later years, it kind of became when the violinist did a solo. But yeah, I watched Farm Aid 85, I think it was, and the gentleman with the black Gretsch is in open G. So this song's very easy to play without, in normal tuning, I should say. And it's a great song to practice some things that I'll bring out to you. Okay, we're in standard tuning. I've got my notes written out below. I put the time in to put the down and up strums in this to help you with the strumming. To start out with, it starts out with this great lick. We're going to be on the 6th string 3rd fret, and then go to the 5th string 1st fret, slide into 2, and then catch the 3rd string open. Alright, so we have this, and then we strum down on a G chord. Alright, so it's easier kind of to form the G and then stretch your first finger. Alright, and then we're going to do an up-down strum, and then a little just up strum that's deadened, and then we go into a C. Now, to fill out this C, that's what I was speaking of earlier, this is a great song to practice your G over C. So we have a normal C chord. If we add the G note to it, okay, G is in the chord, it just fills out the chord. So what I do is use my middle finger and pinky just like I would on an F chord. Okay, an F chord. I'm just moving these 3 fingers, the middle ring and pinky, up a string each. So our 3rd string will be open, just like a C, and our 1st finger will be on that 2nd string. It's just, like I said, I use this to really practice playing that chord. I've known the chord and just hadn't really worked on it a whole lot. So maybe that'll work for you. But it sounds like a G over C, down strum, then a little chuck, and then again a G down, and then an up down on the G. Alright, so all together we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's a bit exaggerated, but again, I've written it out. They'll do that a total of 4 times before they start the verse. Okay, into the verse, we're going to do, I think it's 4.5 measures of G before we come into an F. And you can do a simple first position F to your G over C, or C, whatever you're comfortable doing. And then good is a G. All right, so one other thing I want to talk about, I'm not exactly sure how they're doing this, but when I'm playing this, I'm using the G with my ring and pinky finger over the 1st and 2nd string, and I'm lifting the pinky up when I up strum. I hear something in this, and I'm pretty sure, one of the guitars is making that difference. They're both G chords. We're both playing it's got the B note in it, but when we add that B note and lift it up, it just adds something different to it. So then we go into our F, and C. Alright, we're into the next measure. Now the next measure, the F is held for a full measure. remember, darling, when you could stop a clock? Okay, something along those lines or something. Anyhow, we're going to hit an F, and then a C or G over C, and then a G. Stop the clock, then we're into the chorus. Okay? So really not very difficult, but again, it's a good way to practice your G over C. Great strumming practice. We'll go into the chorus next. Third measure, the bridge lead will sound like this. And then we're into the slower part. So again, this third measure is not real difficult. We're doing what we've done before. The F sus2 picked through, strummed and picked through again. Then what we're going to do is just grab the third fret of the fourth, third, and second string, referencing the C, and then we're going to add a sus to it, sus4, with our pinky on the second string at 6. So we're hitting the 5s and then the 6 4 times, and then the 5 twice, and then to a G, and as soon as you hit the G, move to the lick being first to slid to second fret, 5th string, and open 3rd. And that leads you into the slower 3rd verse where everything comes to the end. So I really hope this helps everybody. Again, I've written it all out. You can follow along, download Riff Station, slow it down, and play along. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so in the chorus, we're in the G, and then he says America. There's our C, or C over G. And then you and me, the G, back to America with the C. And then something to C, baby, is back to G. Ain't that America? So every America is really a C or C over G. Home of the free. Alright, when he hits free, we're going to add a sus4 just once. So it's just one embellishment where you put your pinky down on the 1st string at the 3rd fret for D sus4. And then we're back to a C, you and me, and then the intro lick. So you can see how that C over G allows you to go into the lick very easily. Alright, so the intro's played twice, then we're into the second verse. The second verse is exactly the same. Okay? When they come out of it, there's a little lick in G that we'll talk about. So the second verse is really, again, just the same as the first verse. The only difference is when we come into the G at the end, after our longer F and longer G, I'll just call this C over G, okay? You can play a C, that's fine. We know that now. So, all right, so we've got, just like everything else, those crazy little dreams just kind of came and went. All right, that's where the G comes in. So just like those, everything else, those crazy little dreams just kind of came in. Alright, so what we're doing there is that intro lick to start with just one downstroke on a G. Then we're going to do this. So what we're doing is hitting the 3rd fret of the 6th string, hammering into the 2nd fret of the 5th, back to the 6th fret at 3. And then we're going to up and down strum. Alright, and then there's a down, up, down. Oops, sorry. Alright, so together, 1, 2, 3. we're into the second chorus. Now the second chorus, the very first measure, we're going to start out with our G over C, America for you and me. Now when he says the me part, it's a real timing thing. It's not just strum G again. We're going to do the intro lick and let that third string ring for a second before we strum the chord. So it'll say that America for you and... So just... Ain't that America? Ain't that America? Little pink houses. Oh, baby, for you and me. And then we're into the intro again. Three times. So for the bridge that we come into, the actual rhythm, the G chord, the first G chord's quite a bit different. We're going to start out with the lick and a little bit different strumming pattern. Then we'll go back into it's F, C, G. It's done 4 times, F, C, G. Like I said, the first G has the lick in it, and the rest of them are just straight strumming. Okay, so we're going to come into the bridge, F to C. Alright, so what we're doing is the lick, then it's a down, up, then up, down, up, then up, up, and then up, down, up. So all together we'll do the G from the lick. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, back to C, F, then C and G. We'll do F, C to G 2 more times. The very last one, the G just gets a little bit slower and quieter. Okay, and he just slows things down at that point for the third verse. The third verse is the same as the other verses. The ending G just has that lick. Alright, so we're doing the slide in, our normal intro lick. Strumming down a G. Then we do that hammer on to the 5th. And then an up, down, up stroke. Alright, so let's do that together, because this is the pills that kill. And then this lick comes in and he says, oh, ain't that America? And we're into the third chorus. Alright, so the lick, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, then we're in the chorus. C. Alright, so you can see as we enter the chorus, we're doing that same G lick we did in the second chorus. Holding that third string just for a second, and then a down strum, and then an up, down. And then we're going to go down, up, down, and then up, down, up twice. And then he keeps singing America. Then we go into the intro 4 times and out. So that's the whole song as far as rhythm. we'll go over that bridge lick, which again, you know, if you want to come in with electric guitars, of course they do that live, start out acoustically, come in with the electric guitars underneath. And that's how this lick is played. You can do it acoustically, easy, but I'm going to show you for a little bit of realism on electric. So we're going to talk about that. We'll be doing, this is basically F, C, and G, okay? So what they do is embellish those chords in different positions with sus4s and sus2s and make it stand out. First measure, the bridge lead will sound like this. Then they go back into that. So what we're doing there is we're going to start out with the intro basic lick that we know, and then an up down strum. Then we come to the third string, bend that up at the second fret, and then hit it open, and then 2 more times open. Then we go into this. Alright, what we're doing, we're taking an F chord. Alright, we've moved to the F. So if we take our D, E, F, and we make this a sus2 with a G note, alright, we're going to hit G note to the second string at 6 and the third string at 5. Then they strum that. And then pick through it again, the first, second, and third string. Then they move to, basically, it's like a G chord. It is a G chord. We're going to be playing the third string open, covering the first and second string at the third fret. Alright, we're going to hit that down, and then when we come up, we're going to add on the 5th fret, the second and third string, referencing a C. So there's our F, G, back to C. All right, so we have this so far. After the lick, all right, so from the G to C, it's a down strum on the G, an up strum on the C, and then a quick down up. So we have this so far. Then we'll hit it one more time down. Then lift your pinky finger off. So we're on the third string at 5 and the first and second at 3. That's a C sus2. All right. So we're going to come up on that sus2 and then a down up. Alright, so I know it's a lot of down ups and crap, but follow me on this, and again, I know you can't really see my strumming hand, but listen to it from the higher strings up versus lower strings down. Alright, so we got... we come back to our G, and these are going to be 2 ups, and then a 2 up, down, 1 up, and then an up, down, up. Alright, so it sounds like this. Okay, again, I've written that out so you can really follow along, and it took me a hell of a long time to figure that out. Just that rhythm. I mean, it sounds so simple, but when you're trying to actually, you know, what are they doing there? Riff Station helped a lot. So let's do that whole first measure together. 1, 2, 3, 4. second measure will start out, this is of the bridge lead, with the F sus2. Just like we did earlier, we'll pick through it from the first to the third string, strum, and then pick again first to the third. Alright, so a little bit different there with the lick. What we're doing, we're playing that F sus2, strum it, pick through it again. Then we're going to up strum on our G chord. And then what we do is go to our C with an up, down, up, down. So we add the 5th fret to that second and third string with an up, down, up, down. Back to the G chord. Okay, now you can include the second and, the third string, even the 4th. Because what we're going to do next is come in with part of that lick. We're going to go from the 5th string, slide to 2, and hit the 3rd string open. We'll do that really a total of 3 times. The first 2, this G is held just for a second. The 3rd time we'll slide in, but we're going to hit the G on the 6th string, 3rd fret, instead of the open G. And then a down, up, down. Alright, so second measure of the solo together slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, last measure of this bridge lead starts out basically with our F sus2. Alright. And then we go into the slower part, so it's a bit shorter. Third measure, the bridge lead will sound like this. And then we're into the slower part. So again, this third measure is not real difficult. We're doing what we've done before. The F sus2 picked through, strummed, and picked through again. Then what we're going to do is just grab the 3rd fret of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string, referencing the C, and then we're going to add a sus to it, sus4, with our pinky on the 2nd string at 6. So we're hitting the 5s and then the 6 4 times, and then the 5 twice, and then to a G, and as soon as you hit the G, move to the lick being first to slid to 2nd fret, 5th string, and open 3rd. And that leads you into the slower 3rd verse where everything comes to the end. So I really hope this helps everybody. Again, I've written it all out. You can follow along, download Riff Station, slow it down, and play along. I hope you enjoy.